Rock and roll.
The crowd seems to love this.
Careful, it's slippery. I had a sled.
Exclusively on Tucson's new run, 92.1 KFMA, Green Valley, Tucson. 292 Summer Haven.
For an adult audience, Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. On a good night, listener discretion is advised.
What did that guy say?
I don't know, that music was ripping though. The phone number for Loveline is 1-800-LOVE-191. That's 1-800-LOVE-191.
And now, here's Loveline with your hosts, Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Carrie,
Yeah.
you're 21.
Yeah.
What's happening, Perky?
Nothing much. Just hanging out.
Great.
My question to you.
That would be true.
Why is that?
Why is that? I'll tell you why. Because you're able to manipulate yourself.
Everybody has their own sort of anatomy and neurology that affects what it is that they need in order to achieve this.
No, but this isn't something that's just exclusive to Carrie.
Right.
Most women operate better this way because they can control the tempo and they can control the pressure. And they can stimulate the clitoris.
Well, how can I change that? Because I know that my partner, I think he likes it better if we could do it at the same time, and I think that sometimes, he likes it when I'm going to have an orgasm. And I like it when he has an orgasm. And it's fun if we could do it together.
Right.
And it's even more fun if we could.
I think that's sort of a fantasy.
It'd be nice if you guys could do it on the wing of the Spruce Goose, too. Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, it'd be great. I think
it's great. It ain't happening.
People have a fantasy that has to happen in order to be fulfilled, and that's kind of
Look, you want to know how to have one together? He has one, you fake it.
No!
Please. Carrie, I don't have any sympathy for you. You're on top. You're having an orgasm. You're having an orgasm during intercourse, which I don't know.
Head of the pack, right there.
I don't know statistically, Drew, but I would say amongst women 18 to 24, I would say the amount of them that can have an orgasm during intercourse is below 40%.
I was going to say below 50, but that was being conservative, so you may well be right.
Yeah, now, I don't mean it's 14%. It could be 38%.
Right.
But less than half,
yes,
I would say, of young women who are semi-new to sex cannot have an orgasm when they're having intercourse.
I would agree with that.
All right, so Carrie is amongst the 60% elite,
right?
Vaginally elite in this country.
Part of the Republican Guard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start the show. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. And Tyra Banks is into him in a big way. Hey, it was a huge week last week. Natasha Henstridge came in here on Sunday and professed her love for me. Tyra Banks came in here on Thursday and was about ready to give it away to Dr. Drew. I think that says something.
What does that say?
I think that MTV show is finally paying some dividends. It's got to be it. All right. Anything going on?
I don't think so. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on Politically Incorrect tomorrow.
Great.
And I'm going to debate Woody Harrelson.
Great.
About pot.
Great.
Yeah.
It's your second time on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll put in a word for you.
You are so lucky I've been on that show once, because I would be livid if you were going there for your second time around and I've not been on there once.
You would actually kick my ass.
Bill needs to come on this show.
I'll talk to him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah,
I can't get past the publicist.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
I know.
You know what happens, and I don't believe there's anything diabolical here. I don't think they say to us in person, oh, yeah, hey, love to do it. Oh, yeah, we're a fan of the show.
They just forget
and then go
publicist.
brief their publicist.
Yeah. No. They just forget about it.
Right.
And the publicist takes a usual party line against anything.
Well, the publicist is, hey, it ain't the Tonight Show.
Yeah, right.
It's radio. Screw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I think the publicists don't want to get out of bed and haul their lazy fat ass out here either. But anyway, all right, so talk to Bill Maher, get him on.
And Mike's into you in a big way tonight, you notice that? He's just, you're cracking his...
Something's going on. He's got, he must have put like one of those exploding things you put in a cigarette in my mic or something. He's waiting. He's not usually this fixed on the show. It's usually looking down. All right.
You're looking up and laughing.
Yeah. Hey, I was at a strip club in Vegas last night about 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, yeah?
And just a word of advice to all strippers and potential lap dancers out there. Stripping etiquette. do not bring up your pregnancy in the conversation that you're having while I'm feeding money into the G-string. Don't bring up the pregnancy.
What context?
Well,
this will be great for a baby.
I was sitting next to Jimmy from Win Ben Stein's Money. Uh-oh. Hope his wife's not listening.
Well, don't worry, Ann will call her and tell her.
All right. Hey, Ann, come on. Leave the poor guy alone.
I won't say anything.
And the girl recognized me and recognized Jimmy. And she said, oh, my God. Oh, I watched that Ben Stein's Money. I love that show. I watched every night when I was home pregnant. And the woman's naked. She's in front of you. And she's talking, she's rubbing her yabos in your forehead. And she's talking about being pregnant. And it's just bad. And then another one was talking about her, oh, you guys are from L.A. I'm going to go down there and see my plastic surgeon tomorrow. Please, ladies. You should be talking about, what it was like in Catholic school and how hairy back guys make you hot. Let's not talk about pregnancy. Okay, Drew?
Those poor women. And then, plus you have a conscience, too. You have a conscience.
It's horrible.
So
it's horrible.
Right.
It's horrible. The show's ruined that experience for me.
I bet.
Everyone else sees these women naked up on stage mincing about. I see them as 5 years old with, like, the shadow of their father and the door of their bedroom, coming after them.
Yes, that's it.
It's ruined. It's ruined. Do you hear me?
I'm delighted.
It's not that bad, though. Thank God I can still watch the pornography. Jason.
Yeah.
You're 24.
About marijuana.
All right. Just warm me up for tomorrow night.
Yeah, you're going to kill Woody Harrelson because the problem with guys who debate marijuana is they smoke a lot of weed and they just don't fire quite as quickly as they could.
Invite him on also.
And by the way,
Can
Drew,
you please work it for me?
I will.
Drew,
you're not with me? Why don't you come with me?
All right.
Yeah, come meet at my house at 4. Seriously.
Well, she should meet you over at
CBS.
You know
what that's like.
No, she could do that. It'd be a lot faster.
But you and I have been through the experiences with all those guards and stuff.
Yeah, I know, but you could work it out. I just think it'd be a lot faster for her.
All right, call Chip.
Jason?
Yeah.
What's going on?
All right. About a week ago, I smoked pot for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wanting to know about how long it stays in your system for, and I took probably like 4 hits.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never done it before.
Mm-hmm.
I would expect it about actually within a couple of days.
What's that?
Actually, probably out within a couple of days.
Oh, really?
Why? What are you doing?
Well, nothing. I just, because I've been a Mr. Mom, and then a couple jobs have come up that I thought, hey, I might, my daughter's starting school this next year, and I need to find a job probably when she starts. And then...
Where's your wife? Or excuse me, I beg your pardon. The mother of the child.
Oh, she's here.
Okay. But you've been taking care of the child?
Well, yeah. It's just, I'm Mr. Mom and she...
All right, so you smoke pot, you want to find a job next week.
Don't worry about it.
Fine.
Don't worry about it.
Go ahead.
Even if you smoke a lot of pot, it's usually out within a week or 2. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
All right?
Okay. All right, thanks a lot.
All right. Or you just get in the radio.
Then it's sort of...
No problem at all.
Yeah,
Are you
requisite.
kidding? Yeah. They put that hurry stamp right on your resume so they can work the paperwork through that much faster if they smell marijuana on your breath.
You gotta say, Adam, it's nice being here alone with you. Look at that. It's been like a week and a half.
Yeah, I was just noticing that.
Yeah, it felt funny. I couldn't figure out why. It's because I'm not used to talking to you without somebody else here.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Okay. You done the novelty worn off? Mike.
Yeah?
You're 13.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay. I have a girlfriend. Her name's Carolla. And we get really great along together. I mean, we're both really funny, and on and on. But the problem is just, missing that special something,
You're missing it.
I'm missing it?
I'm asking you that.
Or, no. I mean, we get along really well together, but I don't think she's the one.
For you?
Huh? Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't feel bad about that.
Okay.
No, she's just a friend.
Huh?
Listen, your first tip that she's not the one for you is how well you get along.
We get along great, but there's just
All right, Mike.
Okay.
Mike, what grade you in?
I'm an 8th.
All right.
You're fine, Mike. Don't worry. Don't be embarrassed or feel ashamed that you don't have some special feelings. Presumably her feelings are a little stronger than yours. Is that right? Listen real carefully. Stay
Mike,
with us.
Don't ever smoke marijuana. I beg you.
Okay.
Don't even
promise
try
me.
it. Don't even try
Promise
it.
me you'll never even walk by a head shop. I want you to cross the street and go to the other side if there's an auditory odyssey coming up or a record store or a head shop. Please, Mike.
Okay,
Okay.
I said something real fast.
Yeah.
I'm in a band, and we have a song called Drugs Suck, so you know.
There you
Drugs
go.
suck?
Yeah.
All right.
Suck. All right.
All right,
It's going to
Mike.
be ironic when the drummer ODs in about 3 years.
Yeah, Mike. Look.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah.
can you sing us a couple of bars of Drugs Suck?
Oh, Drugs Suck?
Yeah.
Okay,
What
do you have a second for me to get it out?
Yeah, are you a lead singer?
No, I'm a bass guitarist.
Bass guitar?
Yeah, so I don't sing so much, but,
But can you sing a little?
huh?
Can you sing a little of The Drugs Suck?
Can I have my friend sing it?
Yeah.
All right.
Is he there?
Yeah?
You got some instruments?
Yeah.
All right, listen. Hey, Mike.
Huh?
Why don't you guys get poised with your instruments? We'll take another call, and then we'll get back to you in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right, then we're going to hear Drugs Suck.
All right.
All right, hold on there, Mike. Always looking for new talent on the show, Drew.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't think Mike heard a effing word you were saying.
No.
And seemed to misunderstand just about everything you told him.
Those listening skills will come along later.
I'm sure. Stephanie,
Yes.
what's going on? You're 26.
Yeah, I have a friend that I've known for like about 10 years. And he moved away and he lives in the Bay Area now. And I want to know how you could tell, like, if he was gay. He's never been around a girl. He's not, like, he doesn't seem like he's attractive to girls. And we have a really good friend of ours that he's calling up and checking up if he's dating somebody or...
Now, what do you care?
Well, I don't really. Because he acts different and stuff. I mean, I just want to know if he'll act normal.
All right, hold on. I'll get to the bottom of this.
All right.
Is he a neat guy?
Is he a neat guy? Yes.
Cleanly.
Oh, extremely.
Mm-hmm.
He has to have his clothes pressed or hung up or...
Mm-hmm. You know, he lives up in the Bay Area.
And he comes down, and we live in the valley, and he comes down to the valley and visits us, and it's me and my husband and my 2 kids. It's like...
Mm-hmm. All right, Stephanie?
Uh-huh.
Be quiet for a second.
Okay.
But people just pick up what you say and run with it, even if there's no real conclusion. He lives in the Bay Area?
Uh-huh.
Does he follow the 49ers at all?
Yeah.
He does?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. That counterbalanced the neatness thing. He's a sports fan?
Well, I don't know about a sports fan, but he'll watch football. I mean...
Okay. That rate's a little higher.
All right. Drink a lot of Diet Pop?
No, he's not really worried about it.
Mm-hmm. So he doesn't drink Diet Soda. What about, is he ever wear those mock turtlenecks?
Mock turtlenecks?
They're like a turtleneck, but not quite?
Yeah, like they go up halfway or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Call them Dickies sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wears those, a lot of sweaters in general?
Yeah, like things that are like...
Yogurt?
Does he coordinate colors when he dresses?
Yeah, definitely.
Does he ever wear, like Argyle socks?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
So socks become sort of a important part of his fashion statement?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yogurt?
Hey, does he eat yogurt?
Potpourri?
I'm not sure.
Has he got a squeegee in his bathroom?
I'm not sure about that either.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's the acid test, right?
I'm going with gay.
Okay, that's what...
I think
But more importantly, why do you care?
Because I want him to act normal. He acts kind of strange around us. Because I think... No, I don't mean normal. I don't mean normal.
I mean,
like
you
that,
want him to
but
let down some facade and be able to feel free to be who he is.
But I just want him to be...
What business is he in?
He is in computers.
Well, why don't you ask him who he's dating?
Because I don't think he is dating anybody.
Yeah, but he might be dating a guy.
That's
And that's who he's dating. And then tell him to feel free to bring that person around.
Yeah, okay.
And that, and leave open-ended, sort of non-specific kinds of opportunities for him to tell you who he is, like that. I mean, you say who you're dating, it doesn't mean you're dating male or female. It's just,
See, Stephanie's dying for her friend to come out with his sexual proclivity.
I think she's...
And I hope everyone I know just keeps it under their hat.
Why?
I don't care what they are.
Well, yeah.
I don't like looking at platonic people in a sexual way.
Right.
One way or the other.
That is weird, isn't it?
I don't want to picture a guy banging him, a girl banging him, them banging a guy and a girl.
What is that?
I don't know, but it's almost, it's not quite as bad as like...
Your parents.
You know, it's like
your parents,
grandparents are at the top of the list, then your parents, then maybe there's a school teacher or someone in official capacity.
Right.
You know, but then after that, it's just, I don't want to know what people are up to sexually. Unless, I mean, if it's a guy friend of mine, he's going out with some spokesmodel, that's a little different. I'll make an exception. Mike?
Yeah,
How's the band doing?
it's doing good.
All right, so
All right.
What's the name of your band?
DG.
DG?
DG.
All right. People just never say yes.
Huh?
All right, DG.
DG.
Okay. And the name of the song is Drugs Suck?
Drugs suck.
All right.
All right. This is on tape because it's too late to set up our amps and stuff.
Okay.
All right. So it might sound a little weird.
All right, but we're not going to hear the entire thing.
Oh, okay. Just like
20 seconds.
20 seconds?
Yeah.
All right.
You ready, Mike? Mm-hmm. Here's DG with Drugs Suck.
Drugs suck, just stay away. Drugs suck, put them away.
So, what'd you think?
Hold on. Is my mic on there, Mike?
There we go.
Hey, Drew was banging his head over here, Mike. That's some pretty righteous rock and roll.
Okay, then.
You kicked those Hanson pussies' asses.
No, duh.
That's awesome. Yeah, you guys are hot. You guys are like,
Huh?
You're like a young Silverchair.
All right.
Yeah.
You said we're a young Silverchair.
Yeah, you guys rock pretty good. How old is everyone else in the band?
We're all about 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now listen, you guys are going to need a manager and an agent, and you're all going to need to drop out of school immediately. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. Look into that.
All right.
All right.
That's nice. Tell him to make a giant coil pot and set it out to sea, too. Huh?
Wow, I think I could have gotten to that band when I was 13.
It's so funny, when I was that age, the bands that we get together were playing like the beat. Do, 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 do.
Listen, do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to tell?
Spencer. What's going on?
Spencer?
Yes.
Are you in a band?
No, I'm not.
Oh, thank God.
What's up?
Okay, I guess I got kind of a story.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine went to Mexico about 4 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
She came back and she was having this past week problems with her stomach. She was having to go to the bathroom a lot. She was really uncomfortable.
Which is a common part of traveling in Mexico.
Apparently, she went to the emergency room on a few days ago.
In Mexico?
No, here.
No,
Oh,
here.
good.
She's been back for 4 weeks. She went to the emergency room, and the doctor took an X-ray. And what he found was some sort of, like, worm-like larva thing the size of an eel. And he said that it was from she'd eaten meat in Mexico, and apparently the fertilizer sometimes in Mexico is human excrement. And some sort of bacteria had started growing in
Well,
her
you're
intestines.
confusing a few things here. You're confusing a lot of stuff
Okay, well,
here.
that's what I'm trying to find out. What am I confusing?
Okay, first of all...
That wasn't the size of an eel.
Well, first of all, I mean, if it's the size of an eel, it may well be a tapeworm, but that's not so particularly common down south, although it's present. In fact, one of the more common causes of seizure in Los Angeles is the tapeworm eggs getting up into the brain.
Oh, yeah, but listen, you eat a taco in Tijuana on Monday, and on Wednesday you don't have a tapeworm the size of an eel in you.
But you can get ascaris.
Apparently,
ascaris can be rather large, and ascaris is endemic down in Mexico. And those.
What's ascaris?
It's a worm that can be a couple foot or so long, and you pass them.
It doesn't grow a foot or so in 3 days, you jackhole.
Yeah, but how long was she down there for?
I don't know, I think about a week or something.
That's awfully fast. All right,
but this thing had laid eggs in her intestines, and there was little larvae in it. You can see it
but Spencer, no.
All right, so what do
you
you
don't
want?
see it on the X-ray. You see you study the stools and you look at it under a microscope and you see the ova and or the parasite. Are you not from Southern California, are you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because this is a real common out here. I mean, you don't drink water, you don't drink milk, and you don't eat things that touch those things.
Oh, you can only drink booze in Mexico.
So what you can get down there very commonly is amoeba. You can get the various worms, ascaris, tapeworms. You can get a very common what's called enterotoxigenic E. coli or a traveler's diarrhea. You get those, and they are extremely dangerous sometimes, but they're highly treatable if they're identified properly.
You know, I used to go down to Tijuana twice a year. I've been to Tijuana probably 15, 16 times in my life, and I used to eat dozens of those tacos off the shopping cart that was modified with a butane tank.
Now we know what's wrong with you.
I ate tons of those. I staggered up and down the streets. I fell asleep in alleys. I went to bars. Never had a problem.
Well, you're very lucky. And
Thank
if
you.
you go further into Mexico, and it becomes much more serious, too. But, I mean, so you can't, especially you cannot eat ice, you can't eat vegetables that have touched water,
No.
you have to be very cautious. You can't eat ice cream. I mean, there are extraordinary problems with the water supply down there
Right.
and the dairy supply.
But it's a wonderful country.
So when she gets rid of
Hepatitis A you get from that. When she gets rid of it, yeah.
will you be able to see it?
If it's ascaris, they pass it.
Listen,
If it's tapeworm, they pass
she
it.
went to a doctor. They got it all worked out, right?
Yeah, it's all treatable,
Yeah,
okay?
they killed it. They killed it.
It's treatable.
All right. And listen, stop spinning yarns about the size of an eel and all that nonsense. If she was down there for a week, even if she got it on the first day, she doesn't have anything the size of an eel in her.
Yeah, what difference does it make? You know what I'm saying? So she has parasites. That's the way it goes. You get them down there. You got to be very careful with.
What do you want to do? Put her down, Spencer?
No, I was
Put a bullet in her, like Old Yeller?
No, because another friend of mine just got back from Mexico tonight, and he was like eating like steak all day long, and now he's freaking out.
Yeah, he's fine.
Well, get his stool checked in a month, and you can see from there.
You know, pretty soon we're just going to have to put a big net up in San Diego, too, so that, like, airborne stuff doesn't come blowing over the border. Please, that country. My God. I got to do something about that country. Drew, what are we going to do?
It's getting better.
It is?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Come on. It's ridiculous. All right, what the hell we're talking about? Drew, what is the longest tapeworm that's ever been taken out of somebody?
I'm sure it's,
what do you think?
16 feet.
16 feet. That was from Mike the Engineer in 1977. Is that amazing?
It can be huge, yeah.
The only thing I remember from biology, Mr. Diliberti taught that. By the way, everyone knew you're wearing a rug, and you can kiss my ass. But he failed me in the 10th grade, and then I wasn't allowed to take biology anymore. I had to take science, which is sort of, it's retard biology, but it doesn't sound that bad. It's a little generic sounding, science. We're going to see how many sections you can cut this apple into and stuff like that, while everyone else.
There a worm or some kind of a parasite that women used to swallow, a tapeworm maybe, that
To
would...
lose weight?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an old sort of a wives' tale. You don't really lose weight, you lose nutrients. And people can get sort of malnourished from it, but it's not a great way to lose weight because they don't particularly deplete calories.
I got a tapeworm you can swallow, Ann. It's attached, but if you suck real hard, I think it'll break off.
Okay.
All right. We'll try that during the break. Anyway, the tapeworm thing's the only thing I remember from biology, and I thought it was pretty cool. Seen big pictures of 6-foot tapeworms and people. I've eaten that worm.
Which one?
The tequila worm. Ann was talking about. Yeah, that's nothing. That's more of a caterpillar. All right, Drew. We'll be back.
Yep.
Loveline. Be right back in a minute.
Oh, talking to Drew about failing driver's ed. Mr. Gregory can kiss my hairy ass, too. Failed me out of driver's ed. Oh, can you believe that? Driver's ed. And went on to teach traffic school for a living.
Yeah.
Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I was in Vegas just about an hour ago, and I was just telling some guys I was there with, we were talking about their driver's ed experience, and it reminded me of a story, which was I failed out of driver's ed, and because I failed out of driver's ed at public school, I had to take driver's ed privately. You know, you spend $110 and you go down to Van Nuys and sit in a sweat box and you do like this crash course. You have to get, 32 classroom hours in or something, and instead of spreading it out over 32 days, you do it in 2 days. Let me just sit in there all day and look at, blood on the asphalt. But because I failed driver's ed, I had to take it outside of school, and because I took that outside of school, I had to take driver's training outside of school, too, which meant I had to pay again for some idiot to drive me around in a Chevette that had a brake on his side. And I was telling people a story that I forgot about, which was we were cruising around Hollywood on maybe my third trip, and the guy told me to pull over to a liquor store, one of these real dicey Hollywood-type liquor stores, scary to go in kind of liquor stores. I always wonder who the hell works at these places, because I go in there, at high noon on a Tuesday when the sun is shining, and I run in and run out. I'm scared I'm going to get shot. I could only imagine. The thing says open 24 hours. What the hell's it like in there at 3:45 in the morning on a Wednesday night or something? I couldn't imagine. But anyway, he says, hold on a second. He runs in there. I know the guy's from like Israeli guy or something. Comes back with a 3D Hustler. Okay? It's the first 3D porno magazine I ever saw. He's sitting in the passenger seat while I'm driving, wearing the 3D glasses, staring at the centerfold.
God.
Can you believe that?
That is incredible.
Isn't that weird? I didn't think much of it. I was 16. I was like, hey, you're the boss. You want a hustler? You want a hustler? Yeah. We were like pulling through drive-thrus, and it's all under the guise of you got to. When you drive, you're going to go through a drive-thru. You're going to stop at a liquor store.
You're what that guy's doing now.
Basically, just ran errands with the dude.
Incredible.
We did everything with pick up his dry cleaning.
Oh, God.
It was awesome.
I'm sure he had dry cleaning.
I think he got his stuff Martinized, actually. Mary.
Yes.
You're 45.
Right.
What's going on there?
Okay. I went in for a pre-employment drug test. I haven't smoked any pot in like 8 weeks, and I came up positive.
You can still be positive.
Yeah, they said it was at like 130.
It was a urine test?
Yeah.
Had you lost any weight lately?
No.
Had you been exercising more recently?
A little more than usual, but...
That's what'll do it. Anything that'll mobilize your fat can bring the marijuana back out and into your urine.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and that can happen way down the line sometimes.
What was the drug?
That's a very hard thing to predict.
What was the drug test for?
For pre-employment.
Yeah, what was the employment opportunity?
God. It's just at a convenience store.
He just wants to make sure you weren't an airline pilot or something.
No.
Really? Convenience store?
Yeah.
You know why they test you for marijuana at the convenience store? They don't want you in the hostess rack all night long.
That's not a problem.
It's like, hey, Mary, you ate $75 worth of Twinkies.
Ho-hos.
Mary, I thought I would have been eating a pot.
But I would also predict that you would have had to have been smoking pot for quite some time.
Yeah.
All right, but listen, you got to smoke pot. You're going to work at a convenience store.
Here's another thing.
And wasn't I just talking about the dangers of convenience stores?
You were. Now, where does that? That people don't really recognize and aren't even aware that stopping long-term marijuana use can result in rather severe depressions.
Well, I've been on Prozac for a year, so that's not a problem.
The reason you've been on Prozac is because people using a lot of pot get depressed, and that's usually why they start using more, they get more depressed, more irritable, and then typically switch to speed or alcohol because the marijuana stops working after many years for most people.
I don't drink and I don't do speed. So
I'm just saying, that's the typical situation. The marijuana doesn't work anymore, and that's why people give it up. But then when they give it up, they sometimes get very depressed. In fact, there's a lot of suicidality, a lot of strange kind of suicidal thinking that's outside of the degree, it's greater than the degree of the depression you'd anticipate.
So did they deny you employment?
I'm supposed to go back like tomorrow, but I know what it's going to be because I went in to the clinic where I took the test, and they told me, and I even talked to a toxologist about it.
What did he say?
He said there's just absolutely no way that I haven't smoked any in the last 2 minutes.
Oh, well, I do hear about them screwing those tests up all the time. But on the other hand, shush up, you. On the other hand, what is the time limit? I mean, if I'm seeking employment, is it
forever?
Is it germane that I smoke pot 2 months ago?
So you were saying that there's addiction present, whether it's active or not.
So these people don't deserve to be employed, or what should we do with them?
You're taking on a liability, and then very often they may not employ.
Please, they don't test for alcohol. They don't test for
Yes,
cigarettes.
they do. Sure, they test for alcohol.
See, if you're drunk at the time, you fill out the application. Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
that's the way.
Here's how they test for alcohol and the drug. What they do is, if you don't vomit on the guy that is interviewing you, you've passed.
But that's the way alcohol
Please,
works.
it's like marijuana. Make the same rule for marijuana. If you don't exhale and blow a big cloud of smoke in the guy's face, you should pass.
Not a threshold for marijuana dependency.
Please, it's a convenience store. You gotta be high to work there. Mary, why do you want to work at a convenience store anyway?
Well, just to have a job, it'd be nice.
You need the money?
I can't get a job. Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? What do they pay you?
To get off, and they're like going, no, boo.
What do they pay? $7 an hour?
6.
6? I'd pay you $6 to stand at my front door with a styrofoam cash register and just ring it up every time I pass by.
Hey, you got it.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, it would.
God,
okay,
when I start making some real money, I got to get in some weird, eccentric stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, Mary, you can still do better in this convenience store BS.
Okay, well, I do have another question though about this this tea that you can get in
Gold bond, not gold bond.
Yeah. Okay.
Gold seal.
I ran to a GNC store and said, "Okay, where's this stuff? For $30, they'll give you this stuff that you have to drink like a gallon of it.
Day's work.
3 hours before the test, and it's guaranteed." Now, how does this stuff work?
I don't know. But I know what it is.
You drink a gallon of anything, you'll be all right.
I can't think of anything that would guarantee a negative urine tox.
And they say, yeah, you have to, drink it. I'm just wondering, how would that mask any kind of drug?
All right, listen, Mary.
And I know a person that basically eats pot for breakfast, and he did it the day after he.
Mary,
is he a skinny guy?
Listen to me.
No, he's a big, heavy dude.
All right, Mary. Here's the deal. Yes, you did smoke pot a couple of months ago. You've lost a little weight. You've been exercising vigorously lately. You spoke to the esteemed potocologist, Dr. Drew. He said that it is activated when you burn the fat in the fat cells, and that's what happened.
Right.
All right, don't tell him the part about having to smoke enough weed to kill a Rastafarian band in order to have the fat cells activated and it show up in the test. Just tell him about the exercise part, all right? That's your hypothesis. Good girl. Put some Visine in before you go in there. Oh, God. $6 an hour to stand behind that register.
And endanger her life, as we talk.
Oh, yeah.
Rogue?
Raj? What is it, Raj?
Yeah.
What's going on there, Raj?
Hey, Adam, I want to ask you, I called about 2 years ago, and you gave me some pretty good advice, and Drew insulted me.
Oh.
So it's been about 2 years since I had the courage to call back. But I wanted to ask you something again.
That sounds like me.
And see what you think. Okay, my girlfriend, we've been going out for about 7 months, and our sex life is great. It's perfect, and we have a lot of fun with it and everything. We were talking about threesomes and stuff, and we both said we'd be willing to try it. But the thing that worries me is I wouldn't mind having a threesome, but like 2 girls I bring home from a bar or something. But I hear a lot of horror stories about people screwing up their love lives when they bring in a third person.
Yeah.
And this is something I really want to do.
Do you really care about this girl?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you driving? An 18-wheeler?
What's that?
What are you driving right now?
It's a Subaru.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one?
Just a station wagon I drive to and from work.
Okay.
Raj,
you focus on getting a better car.
If it's a relationship you really want to survive, I would hope you wouldn't put it in harm's way. Because as you know, as you've heard, this tends to destabilize relationships. This may not be the time to explore that fantasy. And,
well, listen, Raj...
maybe it's one that you'll never get to explore because this relationship becomes more important than that fantasy.
Raj is absolutely right on this one. Yeah. You bring home a couple of girls from some titty bar, if that's fine. You get your girlfriend involved. Believe me, there's just a handful of things that you're going to regret in your life with your girlfriend or wife or fiancé. This will be one of them. The other one was the, where's the strangest place you ever made love, honey?
And you answer it?
Her answer? Pool table, Hell's Angel bar. Oh, really? Ooh, you slut. That's horrible. Raj?
Yeah.
Follow your instinct on this one, not your Johnson instinct.
All right, that'll work.
Write that down, Drew. All right, Raj, you're fine.
Thanks, Adam.
All right. I think he took that to mean go pick up a couple of whores from the bar. Your schlong stink. Your schwan stink. Thank you, Drew. All right, Drew, why don't you sell the next call, please?
I haven't picked one yet.
All right, we'll be back.
Loveline, Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. The phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
Sir, there's no other.
Oh, God. What's that?
I don't know.
No, my little something go. Little prisoner on. I was eating at the Caesars buffet not 4 hours ago. Oh, Mike, that is some good grubbing over there. Oh, Rio?
All right.
I tell you, I haven't eaten at the Rio buffet, but I really don't know how it could get much better than the Caesars buffet. The Caesars got the sports book right there. You get to look at that 60-foot screen of, although, you know, when you're in between sports, like we are now, there wasn't any basketball going, no football. They have that gay harness racing and stuff.
Where do they have the buffet now? They used to have it in the big showroom.
Yeah. They have. Oh, no, it's not in the showroom anymore. It's its own buffet area.
Oh, wow.
Geez, Drew, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Just got back from Vegas. Didn't gamble on one thing. Didn't put one nickel into one slot.
Good.
Yeah. All right, Drew, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Wait a second. Okay. Jen, you're 18.
Yep. I got a question. I've been kind of, okay, I had a girlfriend, like about 2 weeks ago, and we broke up, and ever since, I've just been kind of, thinking about stuff. Like, I'm used to having really intimate relationships, like long-term, like, 6 months or longer.
And they've always been lesbian?
No. Like, I think this is, like, the first long-term, like, girlfriend I've had.
Wait, let me get this clear. You said you broke up 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we broke up, like, maybe, like, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
How long had you been going out with her?
For about 4 months.
Okay.
But I went out with guys before, and like, I had always known that, like, I thought women were attractive, but that's not the whole point. And so we broke up and everything, and ever since, like, I've just been kind of, like, I've been fooling around with other people, like, guys and girls, and, well, like, not having sex, because I'm smarter than that, But, I feel really guilty, but I know, like, I don't want to get into a relationship because I'm going to college next year, and I want to know if it's, like, if it's normal to feel that guilty and
It's normal to have all kinds of feelings about acting out. In other words, you're responding to something emotional that's causing you to do things that don't necessarily make you feel good about yourself or aren't necessarily good for you. And then when you feel bad about it, you're surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these things, they may feel good for the moment. You sort of avoid some sort of feeling that is causing you to do this behavior. But it's not something you really want to do, and it's something you acknowledge yourself is not good for you, doesn't make you feel good, it's something you wish you wouldn't do, and you feel guilty, you feel bad about it.
Yeah, I agree. I was at Hoover Dam today, Drew.
Yeah.
And I was, like, down in the bowels of Hoover Dam.
Big pipes?
They were, like, filming something there.
Yeah.
And I was in this one little room. It was the nurse's room. And I was standing there with Jimmy, and we were, like, rehearsing something. And this guy walked in official uniform, knocked on the door. Let me in. Opened the door. He comes walking in, stands in front of us for a second. He actually takes his arm to Jimmy, and he goes, "Step aside." And he sort of pushes him and walks past him about a foot. We weren't standing in his way or anything. He could have just walked right past us. Stands at the door, knocks at the door, no answer. Looks at me and goes, "Shut the door." I let the door go. I was just holding it open for him. Stands there for a second, corrects us on something about Hoover Dam, and goes storming out of the place. And so about 10 minutes later, I was up at the top talking to one of the dam guys, and I said, "Hey, you know the name of it? There's a dude down there. He pushed us. Herb." Yeah, bald guy, big guy. Yeah, it was him. Yeah, I was a special forces instructor in Vietnam. Oh, okay. Geez. We used to have him. He used to run the hard hat tours where they go, the long tour where they go all through the bowels and the caverns of the dam. But people were complaining that he spent a half hour explaining how to blow up the dam. So we took him off that. And I thought, everyone knows the one a-hole at work. I said to this guy, this Hoover Dam must employ 200 people. I said, yeah, this one guy came up, he told us to step aside. Herb. The guy knew immediately. Telling people for a half hour to blow up. You imagine a bunch of Asian tourists walking around and he's explaining how you could blow the dam up. Yeah, that's nice. I felt really good standing right in the middle of it for the next 3 hours. Herb wandering around there. Mariah?
Hello.
What's going on? You're 22?
22.
Yeah.
I just got married on Christmas.
Great.
And my husband gets really angry when I don't feel like having sex with him. And it's not as if I don't have a healthy appetite. I, like 5-6 times a week is fine with me.
Wow.
Now if I'm not in the mood one night, he gets really pissed off. He'll get angry. He'll leave the bed. He'll go watch a porno or whatever. And it's really hard for me. I just married him. And
this kind of thing wasn't happening before the marriage?
It was immediately in the relationship.
Did you expect it to stop after the marriage?
Oh, it's going to get better.
I didn't think it was going to get better. I didn't think it would stop, but I didn't think it was that big of a problem. And now that we're married and it's more serious, I realize that it's really bothering me.
Well, now you're his property now.
I am,
That's right.
in his opinion.
You mean because of the commitment, you're more threatened by his being upset by this?
I just feel that because we're adults and we're married, we should have a more mature relationship than that.
You're the same.
If one of us isn't in the mood, the other one should, be cool with it.
Well, you're giving it up 5-6 times a week. What's he want? 10, 15?
I think he's a sex addict. He thinks he isn't. But, yeah, he does.
Well.
I mean, even if we do it... Okay, say we do it once one night.
Hold on. Are you in some sort of lecture hall now? What's going on in the background?
No, is it echoing?
It sounds like they're announcing a horse race behind you.
Turn the radio down.
It's not on.
TV?
All right, hold on. Don't say anything.
Okay.
TV.
What is that?
Hey, turn down the TV.
No, that's it.
Tough love.
Tough love. See, she should have done what I did with her to her husband before she married him.
Yeah. She's going to have to set some consequences and set some limits. And if he can't deal with that, she may be right. I mean, maybe he's a sex addict, sexual compulsive.
We can't even speculate. Her TV was up so loud.
All
right, listen, Mariah, I'm not hanging up on you. We will speak to you in about a half hour. Okay?
It's a pretty tough situation, though.
It is.
It's early into a marriage.
But you shouldn't call the show with your TV up. Chris.
Hi.
Hey, you're 20.
I am.
No TV in the background.
Nothing.
Listen, have the TV down. Have the Hoover on your penis. Do what you like, but don't make it distracting to us. If I can hear whatever's going on in the background, if I'm hearing some rerun of Mannix going on in the background, and then my mind starts wandering, and I'm thinking, is that Mike Connors in the room there? Now I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Okay? All right.
Adam's delicate sensibilities lose their focus.
Mariah can just hang on.
Chris, what's going on?
All right, I'm dating a dancer, and I've been. It's been about 6 months, and everything's been great. A couple of weeks ago, we had a condom break on us, and thanks to the morning after pill, everything was cool and cool.
Fantastic.
But,
and you heard that from Dr. Drew, didn't you?
I sure did.
Who says you're not making a difference, Drew?
One
you guys
potential
are heroes.
conception at a time.
Right.
You really are. It's just wonderful.
What kind of dancing does your girlfriend do?
She's a modern dancer.
Really?
They both go to school at UCI. I'm actually a modern accompanist. I play cello for modern dance classes.
Oh,
so
listen.
it's real cool.
You can't make a penny dancing if you don't take your top off, though, can you?
They're in school.
We're in school, yeah.
All right. Well, that's a hobby.
They're
Then.
It's hard to make a penny when you're in school, as is.
What's she do with that modern dancing? How does that
After
work?
school?
What do you do?
What does she do?
Is that an interpretive dance?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
You play the cello?
Yeah.
You're a straight guy?
I'm totally straight.
Wow. I found the one straight cello player.
All right, what's your question, Chris? Go ahead.
My question is, all right, well, I don't want to risk this ever happening because it was really, even though she wasn't pregnant, it was still really traumatic going through it all.
Sure.
And her problem with birth control pills is that she's afraid that they're going to make her put on weight.
Right.
And that's a common, everyone knows that it usually does.
No, it doesn't usually do that. It just can.
It can do that, and it's the higher estrogen content that tends to be associated with that. So you want to take either triphasic or a very low estrogen pill.
Every girlfriend I've had has been on the pill at one time or another. Never complained of weight gain, by the way.
But tended to worry about that, right?
Tended to worry about it, but it was never an issue.
Right.
Right. Well, all right. So what is my advice? Because I can't force her to
talk to her doctor.
Pressure her to do this.
To talk to her doctor about choosing a pill which would have the lowest probability of causing weight gain.
So there are different types of birth
Lots of different birth control pills. The ones that have the lower potential for weight gain tend to have more problems with breakthrough bleeding and that sort of thing. But, you pick your side effects, basically.
Listen, don't plant any seeds with young Chris, the cellist. She'll be on the pill like a billion women are in this world, and she'll be fine just like almost a billion women are in this world and fine.
Is
Understand?
the pill really the best route to go on this? Would it be better off with what you can get like an injection, or there's Norplant, I believe.
Yeah, Norplant is the same thing.
It's all the same thing.
Oh, it is.
Norplant's getting some. For somebody that's concerned the way she is, I would not do the Norplant. But the shot tends to have lots of problems with bleeding, abnormal bleeding. So better off she should.
What college you go to? UCI.
Irvine.
Yeah.
Irvine.
Oh, that's what that is.
That's it.
Yeah, I should have known that. Yeah. All right. What's the name of your football team over there?
Anteaters.
Are you kidding me? We don't have a football team.
What's the mascot though?
The Anteaters.
Yeah, it's the Anteaters.
Please.
You think Lord Jeff is bad?
Lord Jeff, listen, I can top you with the Lord Jeff. That was the name of Drew's 7.5-man football team.
No, that was my college.
Oh, that was college. It was Amherst?
Yeah.
Oh, Christ, how pathetic. I was in Vegas with a guy named Steve O'Donnell who went to Harvard, but his high school's football team were called the Lawyers. They just conjure up images of guys in powdered wigs running around at the shake cases.
Oh, my God.
The Lawyers. That's even worse than the Lord Jeffs.
That is.
All right. We'll be back.
Hey, this is E from the Eels. Hey, it's Butch from the Eels. E. Butch. Loveline. Yeah.
Aw, rock!
Whoops.
That was their remake.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. Right, Mike?
Yeah, it sounded a little different.
Play the old one. He's going to get there.
Oh, okay.
Here you go. Set the show.
All right. Hey, it's Adam. It's Drew. It's Loveline. All right. Hey, Mike, let us go to our 10-second break, and then we'll play that. Can we do that? All right. We'll be back in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station.
New Rock. KFMA 92.1 FM. Green Valley, Tucson.
Hello, I'm E.
I'm Butch.
This is Tommy. We're the Eels.
And you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Rock on.
Butch.
E. Tommy.
Rock! That was the first one,
Yeah,
right?
it's a little cleaner.
Oh, yeah, we got rid of Tommy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't want to talk about that. Save that. Maybe wear something with it. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE 191. All right, you ready, Drew?
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Rock!
That's the new one, huh?
Hey, Ashley.
Yeah, hi. I just had a question about my daughter. She's 2 years old, and she's been, like, acting a little weird lately.
In what way?
I was thinking that I'm thinking that she's been sexually abused. I first started noticing it, like, a couple weeks ago. Like, she started taking her panties off at night, and, like, she wouldn't let me, like, when she's in the bath, she won't let me, like, wash her or dry her off or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been doing, like, really weird things. She's, like, really, I don't know, she's really interested in, like, her private areas and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really starting to bother me. Like, this one...
Were you sexually abused?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Myself? No.
Sure?
Yeah.
What's all that hesitation?
No hesitation, no.
Well, let me try something. Hold on a second. I'll do a little reenactment.
Ashley.
No, I'm going to ask you, Drew. Drew, you ever sexually molested?
Me?
I'm asking you, Drew.
Me? Myself?
Drew. Hey, Jack Hole?
No.
All right, let me ask again. Let's try it again. Ever sexually molested?
No.
See? Me?
Myself?
I thought you were just going to go into a song from The Sound of Music for a second there. Ashley?
Yes.
Why don't we believe you?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have reason to suspect something happened to you?
To me?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Okay, well, just start saying no.
Right.
No.
Please, don't lead us down these dark trails.
So far, what you've described is relatively normal.
Okay, but the thing is that there's just, like, a few incidents that, like, I wrote that off as pretty normally, like, you know, that's probably just her age, but, like, she's been, like, giving kisses to, like, my family members with her, like, with her tongue and things. And,
All right, who's around her?
in my house, there's me, my two brothers, and my sister, and my mom, and my stepdad.
Is there anybody you suspect would perpetrate something like this?
I think it's Colonel Mustard
Not in my house, I don't think so.
Is she within the vision of your general gene pool at most times, or all times?
Yeah, but she also goes to her, she goes to her father's on the weekend.
And what's he all about?
I don't think he would do it, but he lives with, you know, he lives with his two sisters, and, you know, I don't know who they bring in. But the thing is that I would think that it would be, like, more, like, repeated abuse, because it's, like, it's getting progressively worse. Like,
I would think more that she is just sort of acting out in ways that reflect the
Let me get to the bottom of this,
inconsistency
Drew.
of her environment.
Where's your real dad?
My real dad? He lives around. I mean, I see him.
Mm-hmm. What happened to him?
My parents got divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened.
Why is he out of your life?
He's not out of my life. I mean, I see him. He's just he does his own thing.
What's he do for a living?
He drives. He like delivers mail or something, packages.
He's not in your life,
You guys are
Ashley.
pretty tight,
Yeah,
huh?
he's out of your life. Why is he out of your life? You don't even know what he does for a living. Why is he out of your life?
I don't know. Him and my mom didn't get along. They're not together.
And he just decided he was no longer your father.
Well, he's my dad. I said I see him. I mean, he
Yeah, you see him as he drives by to deliver packages.
No,
He honks and drives off drops off samplers of laundry fabric softener. All right, listen, Ashley.
Yes.
You got your stepdad around there. How's he?
He's okay. I mean, it's not a problem. He's here. I deal with him.
I don't totally trust your environment.
Well, that's the point.
And you're not being real forthcoming. And I don't know if you're incapable of it or you're just one of these people that sounds naturally suspicious. I mean, you got to understand, Ashley. We're asking you first off, were you molested? Oh, me? Yeah, you. Myself? Me, myself? No. Okay, that's your answer to were you molested, which immediately sends up red flags for us. And then it's your dad. Well, what do you mean? No, we see each other.
Why is your dad not in your life? See him all the time.
He is. I don't know what he does, though. Actually, I'm not so sure what my dad does here. All right, Ashley?
Yes.
So you're not being real cooperative.
Okay.
All right. Now, you were never molested.
No, I was not molested.
No one ever did anything to you?
Not to me, no.
When did you lose your virginity?
When I was 14.
How old was the guy?
20.
Right, so that's a form of abuse right there.
That's pretty bad.
That's abuse. So although you weren't abused as a child, perhaps, the environment you came from led you to be a good victim. So
Okay,
you know what a victimization is.
Do I know what
You know what it is because you've been one.
I know what it is.
Yeah, you've been one.
Okay, but the thing is that she's been doing like things that like we don't do around her. Like she uses words that like we don't use around her.
Okay.
And like when she does something, I try not to react so that it's not like I'm not like scaring her out of telling me something.
Ashley, I suggest you call Child Protective Services.
And I did that, and they said that they couldn't help me unless I had
evidence.
definite.
Okay. And that in the meantime, you try to stabilize this child's environment. You keep it much more consistent. She needs fewer people, more time with fewer people. Children have only certain sort of behaviors in their repertoire. When things don't go right, some of the things they manifest can look kind of weird. But that's all they have. They can't conceptualize. They don't have mature behaviors that lead you to, look what adolescents do. A 14-year-old, when their environment goes bad, they start doing badly at school, acting out sexually, doing drugs. Well, a 2-year-old has its own repertoire that suggests its environment is affecting it in an adverse way.
Yeah, I think I would have done bad at school had I been, in school when I was 3 or 4 myself.
Right.
But instead, I just planned. I thought to myself, I'll show
when
everyone.
I'm 12.
I'm going to fail driver's ed, and I'm going to fail biology. I'll show them. Oh, yes.
Well, they got the radio on. Let's see if she turns it down.
Hello?
Hey, Mariah.
What's up?
What's happening?
Am I sounding clear?
Yes.
Good.
Good. Now, you're 22. You called in about half hour ago.
Yeah.
I had to put you on hold to punish you for having the TV up too loud.
I noticed.
That's fine. You just got married over Christmas, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And you have plenty of sex with your husband 5-6 times a week to hear you say it. But he wants it more than that, and he feels like you're his property.
I would say so, yeah.
Makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, at times.
Mm-hmm. Yet, even though you knew all this, you decided to get married to him.
That's right.
Right.
And she didn't really acknowledge it.
I did acknowledge it. I recognized it was a problem. But I didn't realize at the time how big of a problem it was. Like, people,
Let me repeat myself. She didn't really acknowledge this as a big problem.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right.
I acknowledged it as a problem, but I didn't realize that it would be a daily problem for me.
How old is this guy?
He's 25.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a couple years older than me.
Mm-hmm. What's he do for a living?
We're both, like, aspiring actors, and we're waiting tables right now.
You're looking for that metal in there, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, Adam.
And we work together, too. And that's tough.
No, I wasn't getting a working with metal from this guy.
Okay.
He's an actor, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, you should be able to kick his ass.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I kicked his ass in bowling tonight.
Is he
he's going to take it out on you in the bedroom.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
Does he have any family history of alcoholism?
I don't know if he has a family history, but I think he might have a tendency.
All right, well, then he definitely has family history.
Is he doing this when he's drunk?
He does it when he's drunk or sober. It really doesn't make a difference.
Well, people who...
Well, you got to appreciate that.
Who have that biology, the alcoholic biochemistry, may also utilize sex as a way of activating that same system, as a way of managing feelings, and a way of creating some distance from unpleasant states. And it becomes compulsive. At a certain point, it becomes rewarded. The sort of biology of the reward activation becomes conditioned to the point that the behaviors become compulsive. And they may be there. Well, the point is,
say it again.
all right. The point is, you may be right. Maybe he's a sexual compulsive, and there may not be any way to deal with this other than looking at it as an addiction and getting some help from that way.
Okay. Now, but the problem is, he needs to realize it's an addiction.
Yeah.
I mean, me telling him hasn't really done anything, because I've told him before, and actually we saw something on like Oprah or some talk show the other day where it said these are signs of a sex addict, and they were really extreme. They gave 3 signs, and one was like, have you thought about like death while having sex, or something like really gnarly like that. And I think that a sex addict it's not quite so extreme as those examples.
But it's like any other form of addiction; it tends to progress. So watch out. And the progression, progression is the consequences.
Listen,
as
you
much
beat
as
this
anything.
guy's ass in bowling, you can beat this guy's ass in a fist fight. Just start laying down the law, Mariah, that's all. You're having sex with a guy 5-6 times a week. Don't be an enabler. Lay it down.
Yeah,
Straighten him out.
That's right.
Give the guy a chance to, you know what I mean? It's like, tug on the leash a little and give the dog a chance to heal. That's what you got to do. Don't act like a victim and say, well, maybe I shouldn't have gotten married. What's this guy up to?
It's my fault.
Go ahead. Just tell the guy, tell him yank on that choke chain and tell him you're not ready. You're not in the mood tonight. Give him a chance to respond. Mike?
Yes, sir.
You're 41.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. That's all right. The best years are ahead of you.
First of all, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Great.
And you guys are incredible. I mean, you guys give a need to the kids today that really needs to be said.
Thank you.
And my question is for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
A couple of months ago, you talked about a topical anesthetic for people who wanted to get a tattoo.
EMLA cream. E-M-L-A.
Can you spell it one more time?
E-M-L-A. Terribly expensive. It works like son of a gun.
I'm going to get a couple of tattoos, one of the genital region, and I mean, to deaden the pain.
Oh, my God.
Awesome.
I don't know. I've never heard anybody using it.
What are you going to get? You're going to get the barber pole or the medical
pole
snake? The snake, the sign of the medical system where the snake is climbing up that cane.
The staff, the caduceus.
No, I don't have enough for the caduceus.
Yeah, that's rough. I could probably fit like one snake on there and part of the pole.
I couldn't get that much.
What are you going to tattoo? The Johnson itself?
No, just the abdominal region. They have it's called an American Indian virility wreath. They call it.
Wreath?
I have that tattooed on me, and also my name.
You know what I was thinking of? I was talking to a friend of mine just the other day, and we were talking about these idiots walking around with the, there's like Chinese symbols and stuff on their arms, and a lot of stuff with the American Indian stuff.
Right.
And, they show you this symbol on the side, on their forearm, and it's the Chinese symbol for power, virility, or whatever. If I was the guy, I'd be doing whatever it is for I blow guys in Chinese lettering. You know what I mean?
Why?
I mean, I just think, not if I'm getting the tattoo, if I'm administering the tattoo. You've written in that Chinese lettering on one too many posers' biceps, and I'd just start going nuts with that stuff. I think that'd be really funny, and the guy'd probably think it look cool, and he'd probably be showing it all around, and he probably would never know until he ran into some tourists or something.
You have a death wish, don't you?
Exactly.
I would check that out, though, Mike. You never know if this guy could be goofing on you. Now, what is it? Did you say it was American Indian?
Yeah, it's American Indian. Just a wreath is all it is.
What Indian tribe?
I believe it's Sioux.
On your belly?
It's just on the area around the penis.
All right. That's going to turn the chicks on.
They can't hurt him, right?
Well, what do you and listen.
Gamble at least on their territory.
Let them gamble a little bit. Yeah, why did we kick their ass and then we named the mountain after them? I never figured that out. Jeep Cherokee, and there's always a Comanche. Jeep's got a Comanche. I mean, it's all, we name everything after an Indian. Well, if we like them so much, why do we kick their ass all the time?
I think it's guilt.
Mike, are you an Indian guy?
No, I'm half Italian, half Irish.
All right, so you don't even know. And listen, there's no Cherokee guy that's getting himself like, a four-leaf clover and the Italian flag on his genitalia. Believe me, he's doing the Indian stuff. You should do your stuff. Be true to your culture.
Shillelagh.
I have that perspective. I mean, I think about that for a while now.
All right.
Quick question, say. When you were in Vegas, you should have checked the Star Trek experiment at the Hilton. It was marvelous.
I stayed at the Hilton.
Oh, you didn't go to the Star Trek experience?
Oh, yeah, Jesus, where's my wallet, Drew?
I don't know.
I swear to God, it's on my passenger seat. I swear, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you. All right.
What is
Just
it?
remind me to come in. Just remind me to go get my wallet. All right, anyway, Amla?
Yeah.
Please, I love this stuff. There's nothing I hate more than one of these guys that gets into the American Indian experience who's not Indian. What the hell is that, please? Oh, come on.
I mean, somebody who starts living it, is that what you mean? As opposed to somebody who's just interested in it.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with the Indians. I just say, if you're not an Indian, why put all the crap all over you? You see these idiots walking around with the big turquoise belt buckles. They got their hair braided down long. They're grasping real hard. I'm a 164th Comanche. All right. You never hear anybody. Indian is the only one where they talk about, where they get into those percentiles that don't even make a difference. You never hear any guy go around, I'm 177th Welsh. People look at you and go, shut the F up. Who cares? What do you mean? What's your small toes Welsh and the rest of you is Polish? Please. People do that to American Indian. I'm 1/18th Chippewa. All right, so you're 17/18 something else. What is that? That's the one I'm interested in, because I figure that's what you are. Listen, if you had a dog that was 17/18 Doberman Pinscher and 1/18 Poodle, would you go talking, hey, the dog's 1/18th Poodle? That's where it gets its tenacity.
But I think I think we will get some calls about this, because I know the African Americans have the same. So it actually comes to be a problem too.
No, everybody drop your ethnicity, would you? Just be a good person. Make some money. Forget about all these stupid tattoos. Matt, you're 18.
Yeah.
What's going on?
My girlfriend, I've been dating her for like 3 months or so. She's bisexual, and she talks about encounters that she's had in the past back when she lived in Arizona.
With women?
With other girlfriends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of gets to me sometimes.
Was she very promiscuous?
She's never told me, exactly how promiscuous she was, but from what I've seen, yeah, she was. Or from what I've heard, yeah, she...
So it's the fact that she was with a lot of people, not so much that she was with women, that bothers you?
It's also, we work together,
yeah,
and, a girl will walk in, and she'll comment on how good she looks.
So you're threatened by her bisexuality?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Adam adheres to this theory that people who not admit but proclaim their bisexuality are basically telegraphing the fact that they are going to need to be with both sexes.
I'm going to cheat.
That's what they're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually. Eventually this relationship will end and I will be with someone of another gender.
Otherwise,
that's what you're announcing.
Otherwise you'd say what? I used to be lesbian? Or I experimented with women?
Yeah, you currently are not. If you say yes, you'd have to leave it behind you. It's like saying I'm Jewish. Hanukkah's coming up eventually. Eventually there'll be some celebration of Hanukkah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or whatever it is your holiday is.
Or else you used to be Jewish.
Otherwise you're not anymore.
Yeah.
That's right. And believe me, it's coming. Otherwise, why say it? Because you're now, you would be former. I mean, you would be a former bisexual.
You made a choice now to be in a heterosexual relationship.
Right, or it's lesbian and you're denouncing your bisexual status. But either way, when you say I am bisexual and I'm in a relationship with you, it just means eventually I will have my face buried in something other than you. And believe me, they never disappoint.
All right.
And at 18, how old is she?
She's 17.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Somebody's acting like that.
She's,
tends to be somebody with
what happened to her?
History. Yeah, what happened to her? Do you know?
She dropped out of high school when she was
what was happening to her at home?
Before that?
I know that her father used to sexually abuse her.
All right, so that's a surprise.
Well, but to all the guys from GLAAD out there, but she can still be bisexual at 17 on her own. It has nothing to do with the molestation. All right. Just, I had to put that disclaimer out there. We don't want to get anybody pissed off. Yeah, sure, it had no effect on her at all. We just guessed that there was something up with her.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's going to be a pretty rocky ride with her. And people with those sorts of histories, if they haven't been treated substantially, usually inject a tremendous amount of chaos in their relationships, even so far as not being able to understand their own sexual identity or be able to complete their sexual identity, let's say. Okay?
All right.
So be very careful of that. And also wear condoms and worry about you getting exposed to sexually transmitted diseases.
Right. We always do.
All right. Be careful there, Matt.
All right.
This is one of those, treat this, you should treat this relationship like, it's like having a sack of fireworks. Just light them off, enjoy them, but don't plan on getting them back and using them again, or just enjoy. That's right. They'll go off. You can smell them. They make a little noise.
Don't get attached to their nice appearance.
Don't get attached to that bottle rocket
or
those M80s.
They're all nicely laid
Just light them, stand back, and enjoy. Suck in that sulfur smell a little bit, and then get over it and move on. That's good, isn't it, Drew? All right.
Hi, this is David Arquette, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla.
All right, let's do it again. Sorry.
Hi, this is David Arquette, and you're listening to The Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is.
Oh,
although,
funny.
I like Adam Carrera.
That is very funny.
All right, hold on. Let me work on a new radio name. Ace Carrera.
Ooh, that's better.
Ooh, that's even better than Ace Rockola, isn't it?
I actually like that better.
Ace Carrera. All right, let's write that down, Drew. That's my new name.
Yeah, good.
All right. We're going to go to some calls. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Just talking to Ann about how hot it was in Vegas, and she mentioned that it was pretty hot out here
like
this weekend. Mm-hmm. And I want to just send a quick message out to all the weathermen who may possibly be listening to the show, or all the wives, friends, or loved one of weathermen working in the Los Angeles area especially. Shut up! You're all boobs and should be stripped of whatever title you hold. Please, you jackholes.
Now I'm going to defend someone.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Dallas Range Rover is a great guy.
He's a great guy, and I'm sure he'd make
takes this very seriously.
I'm sure he'd make a great computer technician. But these guys with the 5-day forecast, please, for Christ's sake, these guys are boobs, all of them. Right. We had a whole bunch of exterior shooting stuff to do, and we're watching the news on Saturday, Sunday last week. Well, a couple of big storms going to blow in Monday and Tuesday. Then Wednesday, it's going to be clear and windy. And then Thursday, those storms are blowing in again. So it's going to be a week. Buy your umbrella. It rained 3 drops on Monday and was like Palm Springs the entire rest of the week. Not a drop, not a cloud, blue skies, and hotter than hell. Yeah. So the whole brace yourself for the El Nino. Just a ridiculous lie. And here's the thing, too, you a-holes. If you don't say anything's going on, then I'm not going to be tainted or jaded in any way. See, it's worse to say it's going to rain and then not have it rain.
Right.
There's 2 things I want. I want you to preface everything you say with, it may be, or it is my opinion, or I am under the impression that. And then I want you to start apologizing for screwing up everyone's forecast and week, you idiots. These people do nothing, and this whole 5-day forecast is ridiculous. They can't even figure out what's going to go on the following morning. 5 days. Please. Jackasses. Hey, Drew, you have anything nice to say about these people? Because you know they do nothing.
No, I know Dallas takes this very seriously.
All right, but how are they wrong at least 80% of the time?
But you're blaming the messenger. It's the damn meteorology scientists
All right,
who are
I
behind
blame
all
the
this to
news
give them the
people.
information that they
All right,
report.
stop saying it like you believe it.
All right.
Stop telling us what is going to happen.
Maybe the new weather report ought to be making fun of and looking in context at the information that comes to them.
Here's the new weather report. To the best of our knowledge, although you know we're wrong, at least 50% of the time we think there's the possibility of some storms rolling in, although we could be wrong.
Right.
That's how I want it delivered. Not get those galoshes and batten down the hatches.
How about they report the probabilities with...
Please. We're
right.
we're trying to plan the whole week, and
Billy.
we're thinking it's going to be disaster.
Bail us out of this.
Not much. Calling to see what's going on. I have a question.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What I want to know is if I can ask my girlfriend if she'd marry me.
Well, here she is. What a surprise.
Oh.
Kim?
Kim. Hello?
Kim, are you there?
Yeah. She's not there.
She's supposed to be.
Hello?
There she is.
Uh-oh. It don't sound good.
Kim.
Huh.
I have a question for you.
What?
It's Billy.
It's me, Billy. We've been together for like almost 3 years, right? We have 2 kids.
Uh-huh.
I want to know if you'd marry me.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. This is someone doing a voice.
Huh?
That's Engineer Mike from the other room.
What?
Hold on a second. Billy?
Yeah.
Now, hold on a minute. Kim.
Huh. Hello?
Hey, that was a 2-syllable job. What's going on there, Kim?
Not much.
Mm-hmm. You like Billy?
Yeah.
3 kids?
Mm-hmm. You got 2 kids?
Yep.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Uh-huh. Is Bill a pretty good guy?
Yeah.
Good provider?
Yeah.
Where do you guys think you may go on your honeymoon?
I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. Are you watching TV now?
No.
You, playing a crossword puzzle?
No.
You reading that book, Son of Sniglets?
No.
No. Are you in shock?
Yeah.
Oh, you are? Are you overwhelmed?
In a way.
Uh-huh. How often you get proposed to?
Not often.
Not that much?
Nope.
Like how many times this week?
None.
Oh, none. This week?
Yeah.
How about this year?
First time.
Uh-huh. How about last 3 years?
Like the second time.
Second time? Billy asked you before?
Yeah. But things didn't work out.
What happened?
I moved out of state.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know.
Stuff like this makes me sick.
So you're just like out by the rail yard and something like caught you by the scruff of the neck and just dragged you into another state?
No.
All right. So Billy's asking you, hey, here's what I'd like to do, Billy and Kim. This just didn't go the way I'd planned, and it's not, I believe it didn't go the way you're going to want to remember it for the 4.5 years that you're married. So, Billy?
Yeah.
Why don't you ask her one more time and be just a little more sincere and think old-fashioned? And, Kim?
Huh.
See if you can be a little less blasé about your answer. Okay?
Okay.
Like I'll do a quick reenactment with Drew if it doesn't work out. All right.
The way we wish it to be, or the way it actually.
Well,
goes
we'll do
down?
the last one. All right. You want to be Kim or Billy?
Me? I'll be Kim.
You be Kim?
Yeah.
Kim?
Huh?
Would you marry me?
Okay.
All right. You want to try again, Billy?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Kim.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can rally here just a little bit. I know it's late. You ready? Go ahead, Billy.
Okay. Kim, we've been together for almost 3 years. I love you, and you've been by my side even though we've gone through some bad times and everything, and things haven't worked out before, but I'm willing to give it a chance if you are. I want to know that if you want to spend the rest of your life with me, will you marry me?
Yeah.
Listen, if I asked somebody, hey, do you like my new haircut? And they gave me that answer, I'd be pissed. I really would. Like, what's
that's
with
the way
big
you
pause?
answer people.
Okay, Billy, I love you also. I know we have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Things never worked out before. Hopefully they will now. Yes, I will marry you.
Good. Good. All right. I demand that you both start seeking counseling immediately. This is the first, I want you guys getting marital counseling before you're married.
Premarital counseling.
All right. Good.
The kids.
Yeah.
Think of the kids.
Make it stable. Make it work out this time.
God bless you. Oh, that was wonderful.
Touching, huh?
Lisa's crying in the next row. It's such a moving experience. Boy, isn't that wedding going to be great? Do you, Billy, take... Yeah. And Cam, do you... Yeah, ditto. Well, then I now pronounce... All right. We got to get the kids... we got to pick them up to the movies. Oh, I'm sure just... every girl, I think every little girl grows up dreaming of this day.
Taylor.
Hi.
Hey, you're 14. What's going on?
Okay, I have a question. You know how they have that hair test for people who smoke pot?
Mm-hmm. Right. If you have that mullet haircut, they know you're on the weed.
Yeah, I know. Well, if you've never smoked pot but you're around people who smoke pot a lot, can it like show up in the test?
No.
Okay.
I really not. I mean, I don't. I don't know that for a fact, but my understanding is that would be the case. I mean, if you were in a closed room for many hours to the point that you actually were intoxicated by the drug, I suppose that would show up. But just being around it is certainly not sufficient to have it appear in the urine. I guarantee you that. That's the one that most marijuana addicts tell me is the reason their urine is positive.
Right.
But it's not.
Well, how do you know, Drew?
It doesn't happen that way.
Okay.
All right?
Yep, thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Taylor was on hold for 110 minutes to ask that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Could have found that on the internet in about 45 seconds. Sarah.
Yeah.
You're 14.
Yeah. Okay. I just got with this guy. Okay. And we really liked each other. And then he told me that he was really religious. And I told him that I don't really go to church like ordinarily, like regularly. And like tonight, he called me and he said that he was breaking up with me because he said that being with me would bring him away from God because I don't go to church.
You
And
think
I
that's
don't know
something?
what's up with that because I'm not really happy with that.
Do you think that's something somebody else is telling him, like his parents, or?
I don't know, but he goes to church like a lot, and he's really into all that. And I used to go to church, but time hasn't been really good with us, my family. We don't really have time to do that.
Yeah.
Time hasn't been good for you. Good with us.
You've been very busy.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
because Mom has really strange hours.
Well, listen, you do not need to go to a church in order to congregate with God.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Because I know I believe in God. And
Commune,
stuff,
yes.
He just says that it's not good with him that.
Yeah. Listen, this guy probably worships Satan. He just wanted to break up.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Either that or somebody's pressuring him. I mean, maybe, some certain parents want people to stay within their own community and church and whatnot.
What is his religion?
I think he's Christian.
Christian. Listen, Sarah.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to offend you or make you feel bad, but guys do what they want to do for the most part, and usually there's nothing, even God, that can stand in between them and the woman they love.
Uh-huh.
I don't think he was real hot on the relationship and probably about done with it anyway, and that's why he's saying this whole God thing. Now,
so you're telling Sarah just to accept it and not try to...
Just sort of accept it and move on. Whether it's because he's really a religious fanatic, in which case you don't want him anyway. I mean, who wants some guys going to church 3 days a week?
Or it's somebody pressuring him.
Uh-huh.
You don't want that either.
Or it's BS and he's just looking to get out of the relationship.
Uh-huh.
Any one of those scenarios is good enough for you not calling him back ever again.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, is that all right?
Yeah.
How long were you with him for?
A few weeks.
All right.
Yeah, it's
experience,
all right.
Sarah.
Yeah, because like the relationship wouldn't have really worked out because it was like the guy that my best friend really, really liked.
The guy?
Yeah.
Your best girlfriend really liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
all right.
It probably wouldn't have worked out anyway.
Okay,
but
well-
I just don't understand why he did that.
Well, don't try to understand it. He has his own reasons, all right?
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay.
Great. Fantastic. Oh, it's something that lasts much longer than the belief in Santa or the Easter Bunny. This
What
whole
is it?
relationship stuff. I mean, I could remember being there too.
Where?
Someone tells you, they can't go out because of X, Y, or Z reason. and you're trying to get to the bottom of it.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And they give you these reasons. I don't go out with people I go to school with.
Right.
I don't go out with people I work with.
That goes way, that goes way into adult life. That
and you start thinking,
why? How could he or she do that? How could they behave that way?
Right. So you start hearing stuff like, I don't go out with people I'm in classes with. It's too. Oh, okay. So you start thinking, well, if I drop out of school, I could marry her.
Mm-hmm.
And what you don't realize, and Ann, please jump in here. When you are into a guy, you are into a guy.
Oh, yeah.
And everything else could just, they could just be damned. I don't care if your folks tell you he's no good. I don't care if you're working side by side with the guy. I don't care what your policy is or was. When you're into the dude, you are into the dude. And as a guy, when you're into the girl, you're into the girl. And any reason that you offer up is essentially... Go ahead, offer up some reasons.
But it's just
offer them up, Drew. I will translate these for you. Offer them up. How many years of radio?
I don't like people with nappy hair.
I'm not into you. That's not. Oh, shut up. Oh, for Christ's sake, we can't even do a scenario with you. You know what I mean? When you're in, you're in. Everything is just an excuse. But do not dig at that excuse because they will eventually have to yell that
the truth.
You discussed them.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, I had to hear that when I was a young lad. We'll be back.
Oh, yeah. Everybody now.
Loveline will be right back.
Yeah, what's up? This is the Ladies Man, and you're listening to the Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yeah. And I see by the Carvassier bottle that our time is up. Okay. He's right, and we're going back to the phones. Joe.
Hello.
You're 18.
That's right.
What's going on there, Holmes?
I have a problem. I have two girlfriends, and one's kind of like a nympho. She likes to have sex every day, maybe 3, 4, even 5 times a day. And I like it. I'm not going to lie to you, I like it, but it gets kind of old.
Look at the real ladies' man here.
Yeah, I married to my brother to top it off, too.
You're what?
I married to my brother. So.
He's married to his brother.
No, I married to my brother.
Okay. Wow, I heard that, too.
Yeah, that's all right. When we said, what? He said it the exact same way, in the exact same speed, and the exact same pronunciation, which is great. Hey, Joe?
Yes?
All right, so could you just get one girlfriend?
No, well, actually, I want to be with both of them, but the other girlfriend, she's kind of like she's kind of dingy.
All right, what's your question for us?
Should I be with one because I love her, or should I be with one because of the sex?
All right, listen, jackass, put a condom on, please.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Do all the time. Every time.
I love the sex, but then I don't love her, but I love the other girl because she's nice to me and treats me good, but she don't give me the sex.
Well, Joe, neither of those relationships sound like love. Now, love isn't usually based on availability of intercourse or how many favors somebody does for you.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe just hold back.
It's a cumulative thing,
Hold back and date, and don't lead these young ladies to believe that you are involved. Let them know you're just dating.
All right.
And it's okay to date, but just date.
Joe, enjoy yourself. Don't get anyone pregnant.
Don't for a second think that they're not very involved with you emotionally, because both of them are, and they're going to be hurt.
Oh, could you imagine being very involved with Joe emotionally?
Well, it says something about who that would be.
Oh, man. I'd kill myself immediately. You kill me, Drew. Okay, there's 3 things I want you to kill me. If you ever catch me actually listening to the weather guys again.
No quoting them.
I don't mind. I will listen to them for that day, but if it's anything like the 5-day forecast, which is wonderful, listening to them tell you the 5-day forecast is like listening to Manson tell you about some record projects he's working on. It's really the same. I mean, it's the same. It's just as useful. It really is. If you were talking to Manson, who's going, I got some projects coming up, going to be working with the Beach Boys, and you were going, let's see, when's that coming out? Oh, I see. I'll look for that. It's just as useful as that. You a-holes.
All right, what's the other 2 things?
And planting bulbs.
I had a bulb
and becoming emotionally attached to Joe.
Okay.
One of those 3 things. You just snuff me. Just put me down. What'd you have?
A bulb discussion today.
You're getting close, Drew.
Yeah.
Shannon.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yep.
You know, the last bulb always ends up in your ass.
Hey,
what does that mean?
It just means you're gone gay.
What?
Go ahead, Shannon.
All right, I got
Hey, Shannon?
Shannon?
Yeah?
Shannon, hold on a second.
Right?
You know why?
Why?
Because you were on the air for 17 seconds and you used the S word. Now, you're where you're on the radio? Okay. So you're that stupid. So just hold on a second. All right. I have to start punishing these callers. Shannon, I didn't hang up on you. We may get back to you before the show's over. Drew, you got another caller?
Yeah.
Greg?
Yeah.
You're 19.
Hey.
How stupid do you gotta be? You use the SH word 11 seconds into your call on a national radio show. How effing stupid do you gotta be? All right. Sorry, Greg.
What's
Go
up,
ahead.
Greg?
I wish I had the problem.
Craig's devastated now. Go ahead.
I wish I had the problem as the last caller that his girlfriend was having sex too much.
What's your problem?
Well, my girlfriend just got a new job. She's a 911 dispatcher.
How old is she?
19.
19. 911 dispatcher.
Listen.
What about that?
Here's what I want you to tell your girlfriend, by the way. I want her to start making a list. They know where these calls come from?
Yeah.
Greg? Yes. Anybody who calls in for directions or because their dog's bringing up a fur ball or because they got a bundt cake in the oven and they want to know how long to leave it in there.
More than twice.
Or anyone who calls more than twice in the same year, I want some serious pistol whipping going down.
Okay.
I pay $1 million in tax each year. I've never called 911 before, but you know the night there's a couple of Klansmen having a party on my front yard, and I call them, it's going to be busy because the woman's on the phone because of the domestic violence problem for the 15th time that week.
Yeah.
All right. You tell her I want that master list.
But I want, in terms of the weakest link in the chain being the potential problem is a 19-year-old manning the front line.
I don't care. She's not tying up the phone line talking to her buddies and stuff, is she?
No.
Okay.
By the way, I'm a reserve police officer, and I'm 19 also.
Great. Hey, listen, nothing wrong with that. God bless you. Just don't give anyone tickets.
Anyway, since she started her job, we just don't have sex anymore, really, like once every 7 to 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering...
sort of the national average, but what is it she tell you?
Yeah,
the
but
reason
not for the 19-year-olds.
Yeah, I know. What does she tell you the reason is?
Just stress from the job.
Well, I can imagine.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe that job's not for her, if it's really affecting her life.
It's really for people who don't care. It really is. All right, Greg?
Yeah.
You just have to work with her a little bit. But don't put the full court press on her.
Understand. Be compassionate.
She'll get
be
weird.
empathic. Understand where she's at, and that she is stressed, and that she needs your support. I mean, she'll probably come back around. But you might want to encourage her to a different job too. I mean, if it's affecting her that much, it may not be the right. I can't imagine 19-year-old. I mean, going through all that.
I know.
I'm not going to be capable of doing it, but
listen,
tolerating
you man a phone line where the only calls you get are people who are being beaten and stuff. They're crying. You get those calls like Nicole Simpson would call in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's not as though she's trained to handle it or manage it. She's as helpless as the caller.
I'll tell you, I would have a master list, Drew.
Yeah.
I'd go.
I'm sure.
Vigilante justice. Wait a minute. Is this we just took this call. Jackhole. Get with the program here, Drew. Shannon?
Yeah?
All right.
Hey.
All right. What do you want now?
All right, there's this girl who goes around school, and she was pretty nice to me and stuff, and I thought she was my friend, and then one day she just started telling everyone that I raped her, and she was going around in school crying and saying she violated my body and this and that, and then I found out that she's some kind of pathological liar.
Obviously.
And I guess she said that that she had her ex-boyfriend's baby when the guy like dumped her for another girl.
All right, so she's a very, very disturbed young lady. So what's your question
and
for
then
us?
one of my friends started saying that she's doing it to cover her sexual identity and stuff.
Well, she probably doesn't know what she is, Shannon.
Yeah, but I don't know.
What kind of high
how to
school
react
is
to
this,
that.
by the way?
Yeah?
Can't you guys just go, why don't you go steal the mascot from the neighboring school? When are we going to get back to that? You know what I'm talking about, Drew?
Oh, yeah.
You go like 2 miles up the road and you steal the goat. Isn't that what people used to do?
No, you toilet paper the campus.
She's swimming in a cesspool of confused sexuality. What the hell is going on? Is this some kind of... is this the Sigmund Freud middle school you're going to?
Shannon, what's your question?
Yeah, well, do you know what? I don't want to, like, knock her down because, like, I don't want to, like... I'm not going to judge anyone who's, like, less than hetero, but...
Look, she's just a very disturbed person. It has nothing to do with her sexual orientation. This is somebody with a serious problem.
Leave her alone. Believe me. I went to school with this girl named Stephanie, did the same kind of crap. Everyone jumped down her throat. She, I asked about her to somebody a year ago. Oh, yeah, she killed herself. You'll feel bad later on in life. Believe me, you will. You'll have to spend a good part of your adult life thinking, well, I know it was an accumulation of things. How many bricks did you sort of jumped on that bandwagon?
Yep.
And not that they're responsible directly, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, so get over it. But besides, your name's Shannon. You can rape. Listen, they can have videotape if you're raping someone. You get thrown out of court. Next case, rape. Shannon. Dismissed. Next. Shannon. All right, you'll be fine.
It's New Rock 92.1 KFMA.
Hi, this is Dan, John, and Jake. We're Semisonic, and you are listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
I like that song.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, sounded good live when they were in here a couple weeks ago. Well, that just about does it for another fine episode of Loveline. We have a huge action-packed week planned this week, including L7. And wasn't Bad Religion supposed to come in here at some point, Ann?
10 days.
Oh, 10 days. Yeah. Next week.
Yeah, they're on next Tuesday.
Well, good. Looking forward to talking to those guys. But anyway, want to thank the fabulous Lisa and Sherry for doing a wonderful job, the Angular One producer Ann for putting her feminine stink on the show. And, of course, the One Nut Wonder, who's suspiciously involved with the show tonight. But I'm sure, like gas in the wind, it will pass. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are not necessarily those of the staff or management or producers or directors or the advertising or anyone. They might be Bob's.
I'm Bob, and they're